Hi everybody, welcome to another video. So today we're going to do some more strength exercises, and I'm using the squeezy ball and the band. So if these are a couple of things that you have available, go ahead and grab those. Remember, for the band you can either use the kind that I have that has the handles on it, or if you have the physical therapy kind that is just a wide flat band, that will work too. They come in different colors, different resistances. For these two bands with the handles, the green is going to be the light one, the red is medium, and the blue is more difficult. But that can also vary depending on the band. And then for the squeezy ball, if you don't have like a silver sneakers ball, you can find these little balls like in toy departments or sporting goods stores. They just have a little bit of give to them. So if you have anything like that, whatever you have around the house that you can use, we're going to do some different exercises, strength training exercises with those today. And of course, be sure that you have your nice sturdy chair that's not going to move on you, not going to tip over on you. Make sure that you have water available, that you can always stay hydrated. Take water breaks throughout. And if you need to be wearing some sturdy shoes, go ahead and make sure you have those on and secured. We've got some smoke and air quality issues right now. If you're watching this, today is September 10th, so be sure that you're keeping doors and windows closed and keeping your air as clean as possible, staying inside as much as possible. So with that being said, let me go ahead and get you going on your music. Okay, so go ahead and start with the ball. We're going to start with the ball, and we're just going to start with a squeeze, a press in with the palms of the hands. All right, so remember, this does have some give to it. You should be able to kind of squish it a little bit. We're pressing in with the heels of the hands. So what we're working on here is actually pectorals here, also shoulders and arms. But you're going to press in as hard as you can with the heels of the hands. Go ahead and speed that up a little bit. Squeeze, squeeze, and we can add a little march in place here as well, but your primary movement is going to be that upper body, chest, shoulders, and arms. So if it's too distracting to do the march, you can just eliminate that. As always, make sure that you keep breathing, and then out, in, out, in. Keep that march going if you can. Now up, down. Same thing, squeeze, 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 squeeze. Good. Two more. Nice. All right, so keep that march going. If you're doing the march, we're going to extend the arms out and rotate. So the goal is to actually cross the forearms and touch the backs of the hands to the ball. See if you can do that. Switch there. Go. All right, so again, keep that going. One more. All right, so we're going to switch on the feet to a toe tap, and we're going to switch the hands to all 10 fingers. Now, if you have any joint pain, don't press so hard that you're having pain there, but press as hard as you can. This is for your grip strength. Make sure you keep your shoulders relaxed down and switch to a heel tap. So we're still squeezing all 10. Go back to your toe tap. Again, pressing in as hard as you can without causing joint pain. I know a lot of folks get arthritis and soreness in their joints. And heel tap. All right, now we're going to switch it up a little bit here. We're going to do alternating toes, heels, and we're going to toss and catch the ball at the same time. Now again, if this is too confusing to do the upper and lower body, go ahead and just do the upper body. The heel and toe taps is really just extra. Now if you want a little bonus, add a clap before you catch your ball. Nice. One more. All right, so let's go ahead and put the ball right here between the legs above the knees. We're going to be giving it a little squeeze there to make sure we don't drop it. Make sure that you're not putting pressure directly on the knee joints. And first thing we're going to do is just toes in and out. So you're going to give that ball a little squeeze. Think about inner thigh, think about pelvic floor. Toes are tapping in and out. And now heels are tapping in and out. See if you can do that one. All right, now alternating toes, heels, and we're going to speed this up a little bit. Toes, heels, go as fast as you can. Toes, heels, toes, heels. 2 more times. All right, so you can go ahead and stop the toes and heels, but we're going to switch to just an inner thigh stretch. Now, check your posture here because like I'm noticing that I'm slouching a little bit, so make sure that you're lengthening up through your torso, engaging those abdominals a little bit there, and we're going to squeeze, release, squeeze, release. So pressing in again as hard as you can. Think about inner thigh, pelvic floor, little bit of abs there. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Good. 3, 2, 1. All right, so we're going to keep that ball right there above the knees. And I'm going to give you a standing option. It's just going to be stand up, sit down to the chair. If you feel like you prefer to stay in the chair, go ahead and just continue with these inner thigh squeezes. If you're feeling okay to try the stand up, you're going to squeeze and hold your ball. Come all the way up. I'm going to back up a little bit here. Come all the way up to standing. Now we want to check and make sure the toes are pointed forward, the knees are pointed forward. Come back down. Light tap down to your chair and back up. Make sure you're not letting go of that ball, but the ball is also going to help keep your knees correctly in alignment. Of course, you can always do partials. So if you need to come down part of the way, halfway, a quarter of the way, whatever works for you. We don't want to have joint pain, so stay in that pain-free range of motion. You want those muscles working, but we don't want to cause joint pain. So again, partials are fine. If you're okay with coming all the way down, coming all the way back up. This is one of the most functional exercises you can do because what do we need to do several times a day but be able to get up out of a chair? Good, one more. All right, so if you're doing the stand up, we are going to do a little penguin shuffle here, so make sure your space is cleared of anything that you might trip over, including your water bottle. Make sure that ball is still secured between your legs above your knees, and you're going to take a little shuffle over to the side, and then go back. Penguin shuffle. Good, go again. It's going to be a little tiny movement with that squeeze. And then come back. Okay, we're going to do one more set here. Get rid of this ad on my music. Okay, there we go. One more time. And all the way back. All right, so once you've done that, you're going to come back to your chair. Please make sure you know exactly where your chair is before you start to sit down. You absolutely do not want to be missing your chair. All right, so let's go ahead and do a quadricep lift. So for this one, we still have the ball between the legs above the knees. We're going to squeeze and hold this time. And you're going to straighten one leg, flexing the quadricep, bring it back down. Same thing on the other side. Flex that quadricep, top of the thigh, bring it back down. We'll take the tempo up a little bit, but you're still focusing on extending that leg, focusing that muscle on the front of the thigh. Good. Now I'm going to hold on this one side, and we're going to do just a little lift and lower. Make sure you don't lose the ball. Just a lift and lower. Good. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's switch sides. Extend out and lift lift. Good. Think about that quadricep. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, good job. So we're going to go ahead and move forward in the chair. Do just a little bit of abdominal work here, focusing on the front of the abdominals, the obliques, the lower back. So really, I should say core work, because the whole thing, remember, from your shoulders to your knees is your core. We generally just think of it as abdominals, but we want to work on everything. All right, go ahead and start leaning back in your chair. So you're at the front part of your chair. You're leaning back without using the back of your chair for support. You're keeping the spine lengthened. You're pulling the belly in, pulling that belly button in towards your backbone. Reach up, and we're just going to start with those rotations. Now, as always, you're going to work in your own appropriate range of motion so that it's a challenge, but not impossible. If you prefer to keep the arms down a little bit lower, if you have any shoulder issues, that's fine too. If it doesn't feel good to be reaching up overhead, you can keep the arms extended forward. If you're okay with it, though, go ahead and do the extension up overhead, just because it's going to increase the intensity. Now I'm going to give you the option to add a knee lift. Slowly alternating sides. Remember to keep breathing through it. Don't hold your breath. Keep breathing even though you have those abs engaged. And now another option, if you want that extra challenge, is to extend the leg out and lift it even higher. So you have all different levels. They're all just fine. Work at the correct level for yourself. Challenge yourself. And we have just one more on each side. Okay, so let's take a little break there. Catch your breath. Big inhale, big exhale. All right, second part of abdominals here. We're going to be just doing back and up. So we're going to take out that rotation. First thing we're going to do is lift those heels up so you have just the toes down. Remember to always keep the toes down though. We're just going to lean back. Again, if your shoulders do not feel good with the reach up overhead, just reach forward. But if you're able to do it, go ahead and do it so that you increase that intensity as you lean back. You'll feel those abs working. Now, narrower stance is going to make it a little bit more challenging. If you need a wider base of support, go ahead and do that. Otherwise, stick with that narrow stance. Make it as challenging as possible. Good. 2 more times. Last one. Excellent. All right. Great job, everybody. We are going to go ahead and put this ball aside. Grab a sip of water if you haven't had any yet. Make sure that you are staying hydrated. And we are going to move on to using the band. So if you have the one without the handles, you can just go ahead and grab a length of it. Remember, when you're using this band, you control the difficulty of it by shortening or lengthening the band as needed. And we're going to start with it around behind the back. So around the middle of your back, underneath your arms. We're going to start with our chest press. So you can either just grab up high, or if you have the handles, you can grab the handles and then a small loop of the band. So we're just starting with that chest press forward. Now remember, if it's too hard, give yourself more length, more slack on your band. If it's too easy, shorten it up. Okay, so the more shortened up the band is, the more challenging it's going to be. And then if you have options on different bands that are different resistances, you can try different ones for different exercises. The shoulder and arm exercises are going to be using smaller muscles than the chest and back and legs. So you may want to have a couple different ones if you have that available to you. If not, it's all good. Use what you have available. All right, we're going to do our punch across. Punch, punch. So here I'm adding in the rotation. This is going to give you a little bonus. Work on the obliques, the waistline. Hope everybody's day is going well here. Wanted to try and get a second video out to you this week while I had the time. Of course, remember you can save those, so you can go back and watch them again later, whenever is a good time for you. All right, keep going. Keep going. I'm just going to get back to the music. There we go. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, so let's go ahead and bring our band around to the front of the body. We're going to do our diagonal pulls. So again, if you have the handles, go ahead and just grab them in an extra loop of band, or if you have the flat band, just kind of shorten it up a little bit more than what we were doing for the chest press. All right, so we're going to go diagonal in front of the body, and you're pulling it apart so that you're bringing the band into your body. You're bringing the shoulder blades together, and at the same time extending the arms out. So make sure that you have enough slack here that you can extend all the way out, and then bring the arms forward again. So again, as you're pulling that band into your body, shoulder blades come together. I'm going to add just a little lean back here for some bonus abs. That again is optional. If you've got enough going with just doing the chest, arms, shoulders, back, that is fine. Good. One more right here. All right. So my shoulders are getting a little tired here. We're going to take a break, but we are going to do the same thing on the other side. Remember to fully extend out if you possibly can, just so that you're really working on those triceps as well as the rest of the upper body. All right. So same thing on the other side. Give yourself as much slack as you need. Remember to bring those shoulder blades together as you bring the band in close to the body. If you're able to, go ahead and add that lean back in just for that bonus ab workout there. Good. Extend out if you can. Shorten or lengthen your band as you need to, and remember to keep breathing. Last one. All right, good work. Let's go ahead and relax there. All right, so we're going to do a shoulder mobility one. Now, of course, if you have issues with shoulder pain or impingement, you don't have to do this one, but we're going to take the band from front to back and then from back to front. All right, so make sure that it doesn't get tangled up around your neck or shoulders. And again, if you have any kind of pain, just lift as high as you're able to. Do what works for your own body. One more. Okay, good job. Let's go ahead and put the band underneath the feet. So when we secure it under the feet, most of you are going to have shoes on when you're doing this, but make sure that it is secured under your arches. So the mistake a lot of people will make is having the band too far forward, and then they lift their toes up. And we don't want the band to either snap you in the face or come off the back and snap you in the back of the leg. So make sure that you have it secured under your arches. It's not going to come off. We are going to start with some lower back. So we're just going to shorten the band a little bit. Hang on to it. Keep the feet down. Lengthen your spine. Lean back and come forward. So the tendency for folks is when they lean back, they want to lift their toes up. So make sure that you're keeping those toes down. Keep yourself safe. It's not that the band is dangerous or anything like that, but I've seen a handful of people get snapped by their band. It's not comfortable. We don't need to do that. Just be aware of it. Think about your lower back helping you lean back. You've got a little bit of abs there too. We're just going to do one more of those. And then we're going to be switching up to upper back. So we're leaning forward. Make sure that you've still got the band secured under your feet. You're going to hold that halfway forward lean, and we're doing our rows. So shorten or lengthen your band as you need to. Elbows up toward the ceiling. Shoulder blades pulling in towards each other again. Relax your neck, relax your jaw, okay? Don't need to tighten that up. We're working on those big muscles of the upper back. We don't need the neck to work. It gets enough tension all by itself. Good, just a couple more of those. All right, so we're going to do a second set of these, but we're going to do alternating sides. And that's just to add a slight bit of intentional rotation to work on the obliques. So we're going to begin in that same starting position, but we're going to add just a bit of rotation and then alternate sides. So one's going up as the other's going down. You can look over your shoulder. Change your resistance if you need to. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, good job. Okay, so we're going to do some bicep curls next, and I'm going to give you the choice of seated or standing with this one. If you prefer to be seated, just go ahead and keep the band secured under your feet. You can move the feet a little bit wider if you need some more resistance. If you want to do the standing option, we're going to add a squat to it. So I'm going to back up a little bit here. If you switch to the standing position, again, double check that the band is secured under your feet. We're going to do a bicep curl and then a squat. So a little bit more lower body, a little bonus. We don't have to come all the way down to the chair like we were doing, but this time I want you to think a little bit more about using your glutes. All right, so as you come down to the bottom of the movement and start to come up, give them a squeeze. Your glutes, your glute max especially, is your power muscle. So make sure that you're using it. Good. One more with the upper lower, and then we're going to do just upper. Good. Tuck those elbows in by your sides. We're doing just the bicep curls, just moving at the elbows. Wrists are neutral. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, I'm going to go ahead and come back to the chair. We'll just do seated option on the next couple here. Make sure your band is still nice and secured. Let's do our outer glute, outer thigh one. So we're going to crisscross our handles, rest them on top of the legs, and then this is your knee lift, and tap out, tap out. So out and in with a lift. Go as wide as you can without having to scoot around in your chair. Keep breathing through it. Make sure that you're not concentrating so much that you're holding your breath. One more each side. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and uncross. The band is still underneath the feet, and let's do our lateral raise here. All right, so we're going to go actually at a 45-degree angle, so not a true lateral raise. We're going to come up about 45-degree angle with just a slight elbow bend. I find that this tends to be easier on people's joints, easier on the shoulder joints. Now this is going to be a challenge movement, so just lift as high as you can. Don't worry about it if you can't lift very high. It's all good. Make sure that you're not rocking back. You're just using the deltoids only. Don't worry about it. You're going to feel it, even if you're just lifting a few inches there. It's all good. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, let's do a couple more shoulder things here. We're going to take it back out from under the feet, and we are going to do a pull down from the top. So we're going to go back to that position with the shorten up band, and this time we're going to bring it overhead and bring it down to the chest. So if you think of a lat pull down machine, all right, pulling those shoulder blades together, but you're getting bonus on the shoulders here. Now I'm going to add a little bit more abs. Good. Now option, rotate, rotate. All right, if that's too crazy, Just stay right there at center. Your shoulders are probably feeling it by now. We have just one more. All right, so we're gonna do one more ab one. Go ahead and just release the tension on the band here for a moment. Lean back without using the back of your chair for support. And we're gonna do a tiptoe march here. So if you're not really feeling it, you can move a little bit more forward in your chair. Remember, just like earlier, we're gonna lengthen the spine, keep the abdominals engaged, keep the belly button pulled in, but continue to breathe. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, good job. Let's go ahead and do our rotator cuff exercise with the band. So for this one, you've got that extra loop of band or shortened up, but we're going to turn the palms up. We're going to lock those upper arms in by the sides, open and close. So remember not to lift your arms up away from the body, even a little bit. If you need to do that, give yourself some more slack on your band. Or if your range of motion is a little bit smaller, that's fine. You're still going to feel it. Remember, the rotator cuff muscles are those small stabilizer muscles up there in the shoulders. So we want to give them a little bit of a workout too. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so let's go ahead and put that aside, and we're going to finish with balance and one more leg exercise with just body weight. Water break if you haven't had one in a while. So you will get to have the chair for support with this one. If you're feeling a little bit uncomfortable with the standing one, you will always have the chair for support. We're going to step forward with the inside foot and back with the outside foot. Toes of both feet are pointing forward, knees are pointing forward. Start with using your chair for support, and you're doing a lunge. Make sure you're not too close though, so you're not actually pressing up against the chair. All right, so back knee is dropping down towards the floor, back heel is lifted, partial range of motion is fine. If you're feeling okay, go ahead and let go of your chair and palms down and lift. Down and lift. Again, pain-free range of motion with the knee bends, okay? Breathing. Good. Hope you get a cameo from Tater Tot today. He's going, "What the heck are you doing, Mom?" All right, so go ahead and take a hold of your chair. You're going to keep the wide stance, but we're going to turn this into just a balance exercise. So both feet are down, or both heels are down. Toes are pointed forward. See how you feel in this position. It's harder than you think it might be. If you're okay with it, let go of the chair. And if you'd still like a little extra challenge here, close your eyes. Okay, go ahead and open your eyes, shake those legs out. Let's come around to the other side of the chair. We're going to do the same thing on this side. So inside foot forward, outside foot back, great big wide stance, toes forward, knees forward. For the first part, we're going to do the lunges. You're going to lift the heels up. Oh, we got Marley making a cameo. Hi, Marley. All right, so back heel lifted up. Marley, you're blocking the camera. Use your chair when you first start. Hi, baby. I know you don't know what's going on. So dropping that back knee down towards the floor. Keeping the torso up nice and tall. Oh, he's just going to hang out with us. If you're feeling okay, if you're feeling good, try that balance challenge. Rotate down, up, down, up. Oh, don't do that, Marley. Come on, not on TV. Marley, go over there, please. You're going to embarrass Mommy here. Good. One more. All right, so go ahead and take a hold of that chair for a moment. We're going to move into our balance challenge here. Toes are still forward. Both heels are down flat on the floor. Try just letting go of that chair and see how that feels. If that's enough of a balance challenge, stick with that. If you want that bonus balance challenge, close the eyes. All right, go ahead and open. Good job. Step in, shake the legs out. So one last thing I wanted to do is our heel raise, toe raise. So I'm going to move the chair aside just so you can see, but you can have that chair right there in front of you so you can hang on to it. We're going to go into a narrow stance here, and it's a heel raise, toe raise. So we're just working on the calves, the shins, the ankle mobility, the foot strength, the balance. Make sure that you're not pronating, not rolling those ankles in. It's a very common thing most of us do without even realizing it. Good, last one. All right, great job everybody. So from right here, go ahead and just reach towards your toes. We're gonna do a couple quick stretches here before we finish. So eyes up, chin up, but just come to a comfortable stretch here, all right? So a little calf stretch, hamstring stretch, glutes, hips, back. Now come about halfway up. We're going to rotate, look over one shoulder, stretch that back out. Go the other direction. Again, eyes up, chin up, always head above the heart. And come back to center, then go ahead and roll all the way up. I'm going to grab the hands together behind the back, all right? So it's like so. Rotate the shoulders back, gently lift, and ear to shoulder for your next stretch. And other side, ear to shoulder. Remember, I have several videos devoted entirely to stretching, flexibility, chair yoga, and meditation. If you are interested, check out some of those. All right, go ahead and release that out. Let's come back to the chair for the last couple of things. Okay, relax the arms down and just roll those shoulders front to back. So always front to back so that we're enforcing good posture. Breathing deeply. And of course, as always, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Click like on the video. Click the notification bell so you get all those notifications. And if you're on Facebook, make sure that you're liking my page and the video so that more people will get shown the video. They've got those algorithms at work. So the more people that watch it, the more people the algorithms will show the video to. Put it in their suggested feed. All right, we are going to finish off. I call this our final stretch. You're going to sit up tall, lengthen the spine, reach up as you inhale, exhale, open out. Let's do that one more time. Inhale and exhale. Awesome job, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you have a great rest of your day. I do mix up the format on these different videos, so the next one will be something a little bit different. And again, feel free to check out some of the older ones. I think we're up to this is number 33 or something like that now. So check out some of those other videos too, and have an awesome rest of your day. Bye-bye.